January 20th, 2021, Kensington Palace, 11:47 p.m. Prince William ended the encrypted video call with Meghan Markle and deleted all evidence of their conversation, his hands trembling as he realized the magnitude of what he had just agreed to. For the past hour, his estranged sister-in-law had outlined a plan so ruthless, so calculated, that it would systematically destroy the royal family from within, while positioning William as the monarchy's savior. "You help me expose Charles and Camilla's crimes," Meghan had proposed with chilling calm, "and I ensure you become king years ahead of schedule with Catherine as the perfect queen by your side." What Catherine, sleeping upstairs, didn't know was that her husband had just made a deal with the devil, a secret alliance that would use Meghan's insider knowledge and media connections to bring down the current royal hierarchy while protecting William and Catherine's future reign. But the most shocking part wasn't the alliance itself. It was discovering why William believed he had no choice but to work with his family's greatest enemy. The breaking point. December 2020, William's strategic awakening. The secret deal began during the darkest period of the COVID-19 pandemic, when William watched his father Charles make decisions that convinced him the monarchy would not survive under Charles's leadership. Catherine. William confided to his wife during a late-night conversation at Animer Hall, "My father is going to destroy everything. His environmental obsessions, his inability to connect with ordinary people, his dependence on Camilla's terrible judgment. He's making the monarchy irrelevant." Catherine tried to be diplomatic. "He's learning, William. Give him time." "We don't have time. Look at the polling data. Look at how Commonwealth countries are questioning the monarchy's future. Look at how he handled the pandemic response compared to how we handled it." What William didn't tell Catherine was that he had been conducting his own analysis of the monarchy's sustainability under Charles, and the conclusions were devastating. Charles's approval ratings were declining in every Commonwealth nation. His environmental activism was alienating conservative voters without winning over liberals. His age and health issues would limit his reign's effectiveness. Most dangerously, Camilla's unpopularity was creating a toxic association with the crown itself. The institution won't survive another 20 years under his leadership. William concluded in his private notes, "I need to find a way to accelerate the transition without appearing to betray my father." That's when Meghan's message arrived. Don't miss this shocking revelation. How Meghan initiated contact. The first contact, January 15th, 2021, Meghan's strategic offer. Meghan's approach to William was sophisticated, appealing to his protective instincts for both Catherine and the monarchy itself. The message came through an encrypted channel set up by mutual contacts in the intelligence community. "William, I know you think I'm your enemy, but we share the same goal, protecting the people we love from an institution that destroys anyone who threatens its outdated power structure. I have information that could save Catherine from the same fate that befell your mother and nearly destroyed me. We should talk." Menak, me kie. Biria winschats di stro. I hastrofin lay is in habadam, boituafin sumbas for the hedgen that second we hide a light so mwe furrow. William's initial instinct was to ignore the message, but Meghan's follow-up was impossible to dismiss. Charles and Camilla are already planning to diminish Catherine's role once Charles becomes more established as king. They see her popularity as a threat to Camilla's authority. I have recordings of their conversations. I also have evidence of financial irregularities that could destroy the monarchy if they become public under Charles's watch. I'm offering you a chance to be part of the solution instead of a victim of their failures. The mention of threats to Catherine changed everything for William. His mother had been destroyed by the royal family's machinations, and he would not allow the same fate to befall his wife. Against every instinct, William agreed to a secure video call. You won't believe what Meghan offered William. The devil's bargain. January 20th, 2021. The alliance. During their clandestine video call, Meghan outlined a plan that was breathtaking in its scope and ruthlessness. "William, here's what I'm offering. I use my media connections and insider knowledge to systematically expose Charles and Camilla's unfitness to lead the monarchy. The scandals will be so damaging that Charles will be forced to abdicate in your favor within 5 years. And what do you get out of this?" William asked suspiciously. "I get revenge on the family that tried to destroy me. I get to watch Camilla face consequences for her decades of manipulation. And most importantly, I get Harry back, Meghan's logic was seductive. With you as king and Catherine as queen, the monarchy becomes modern, relevant, and popular again. Harry and I can return as working royals in a family that actually values us. Everyone wins except the people who deserve to lose. The specific plan. Phase 1. Information Warfare. 2021-2022. Meghan releases carefully timed revelations about royal family secrets through her media network. Focus on Charles and Camilla's historical misconduct, not William or Catherine. Build public narrative that Charles is unfit to be king while positioning William as the solution. Phase 2. Financial Exposure. 2022-2023. Meghan provides William with evidence of questionable financial practices during Charles's time as Prince of Wales. Strategic leaks about taxpayer money misuse and personal enrichment. Parliamentary pressure for financial transparency that Charles cannot withstand. Phase 3. Constitutional Crisis. 2023-2024. 2024. Tyblain that Laurel Caligula, we can't look uolu pictures of tutu feina, we tomops, tybelstatuals. Coordinate media coverage to question Charles's mental fitness and decision-making capacity. Use Commonwealth connections to encourage Republican movements. Force constitutional discussions about succession that favor immediate transition to William. Phase 4. Graceful Resolution. 2024-2025. Charles abdicates for health reasons with William's reluctant acceptance. William and Catherine become king and queen with massive public support. Harry and Meghan return as senior working royals in the reformed monarchy. Your father will never be an effective king, Meghan concluded. But you will be. I'm offering you a way to save the monarchy by removing the people who will destroy it. Don't miss this explosive moment. When William agreed, the secret alliance. William's acceptance of Meghan's proposal was based on cold strategic calculation rather than personal animosity. Meghan, I need to understand exactly what information you have and how you plan to use it. I have recordings of private conversations between Charles and Camilla about their plans to marginalize you and Catherine, once they're more established. I have financial documents showing questionable spending. I have evidence of their interference in government policy, and I have testimony from palace staff about their treatment of subordinates. How do I know you won't eventually use this same strategy against me? Meghan's response revealed her sophisticated understanding of power dynamics. William, I'm not stupid enough to destroy my own path back to relevance. Once you're king, I need your protection and favor. Betraying you would be self-destructive. But your father and Camilla, they already tried to destroy me. This is just completing the circle. William made his decision. What do you need from me? William's commitments. Provide inside information about Charles's vulnerabilities and mistakes. Coordinate timing of revelations with royal family events for maximum impact. Ensure Catherine remains unaware of the alliance to protect her from guilt by association. Guarantee Harry and Meghan's rehabilitation once William becomes king. The sealed agreement. The deal was formalized in an encrypted document that outlined specific timelines, responsibilities, and consequences for betrayal. You're not ready for what William provided Meghan. The intelligence exchange, February-December 2021. William's contribution. William's insider knowledge proved invaluable to Meghan's campaign against Charles and Camilla. Financial intelligence. William provided Meghan with details about the Duchy of Cornwall's finances, including Charles's personal spending on organic farming projects that showed questionable judgment, payments to Camilla's family members for undefined consulting services, property transactions that benefited Charles personally while using public resources, personal vulnerabilities. Most damaging was William's intelligence about Charles's psychological state. Charles's increasing dependence on alcohol to cope with royal pressures. His volatile mood swings that made him difficult for staff to work with. His obsessive tendencies that led to micromanaging and poor delegation. Strategic mistakes. William documented Charles's political missteps. Private conversations where Charles expressed controversial political opinions. Instances where Charles overstepped constitutional boundaries. Evidence of Charles's interference in government policy beyond his constitutional role. Family dynamics. William also provided insights into family tensions that Meghan could exploit. Charles and Camilla's resentment of William and Catherine's popularities. Internal discussions about modernizing the monarchy in ways that would diminish other royals, evidence of favoritism and manipulation within family decision-making. This intelligence allowed Meghan to time her revelations perfectly, ensuring maximum damage to Charles's reputation while appearing to have supernatural insight into royal family secrets. Don't miss this devastating strategy. How they coordinated attacks. The Coordinatus. 2021 at Synchronized Warfare. Synchronized Warfare. William and Meghan's coordination was so sophisticated that their attacks appeared coincidental rather than coordinated. The Oprah interview, March 2021. William provided Meghan with intelligence about the royal family's planned response, allowing her to prepare counter-arguments that made them look defensive and out of touch. The Netflix documentary, December 2022. William's inside knowledge of palace protocols allowed Meghan to make accusations that were impossible to completely deny, while timing the release to coincide with Charles's most vulnerable period as new king. Strategic leaks. William ensured that damaging stories about Charles appeared in British media just when Meghan's revelations were dominating international headlines, creating a perfect storm of negative coverage. Parliamentary questions. Through his government connections, William arranged for MPs to ask embarrassing questions about royal finances and accountability that Charles couldn't answer satisfactorily. Commonwealth pressure. William's diplomatic contacts helped coordinate questions about the monarchy's future in Commonwealth nations, timing these discussions to coincide with Meghan's public statements about royal family dysfunction. The strategy was working perfectly. Charles's approval ratings plummeted while William and Catherine soared. The public began openly discussing whether Charles should step aside for the next generation. The hidden cost. What William didn't anticipate was the psychological toll of betraying his father, while maintaining the facade of loyal son. The guilt. Despite his strategic justifications, William struggled with the betrayal. "I'm destroying my father to save the monarchy," he confided to his private journal. History will judge whether that was necessary or unconscionable. The deception. Lying to Catherine became increasingly difficult, as she noticed his stress and secretive behavior. "William, you've been different since last year," Catherine observed. "Distant, preoccupied. What's wrong?" "Just family pressures," William replied, knowing he could never tell her the truth about his alliance with Meghan. The risk. William realized that if his secret deal ever became public, it would destroy not just his reputation but Catherine's as well, since the public would assume she knew about the conspiracy. You won't believe what happened when the plan worked too well. The success problem. 2023-2024, when everything goes according to plan. By early 2024, the William-Meghan alliance had succeeded beyond their expectations. Charles's approval ratings had fallen to historic lows. Media coverage consistently questioned his fitness for the throne. Parliamentary discussions about monarchy reform were becoming mainstream. Commonwealth nations were openly debating Republican alternative. But success created new problems. Charles's breakdown. The sustained attacks drove Charles to the edge of complete psychological collapse, including the drinking problems and public mistakes that made him appear even less fit for the crown. Constitutional crisis. The monarchy faced its most serious existential threat in centuries, with real possibility of abolition rather than just succession change. Meghan's growing demands. As the plan succeeded, Meghan began requesting more than originally agreed. Immediate restoration to senior working royal status. Financial compensation for her previous treatment. Guarantee of specific royal titles and roles. Most concerning, demand for influence over William's future decisions as king. The threat. When William hesitated to meet these escalating demands, Meghan reminded him of their original agreement. "I kept my part of the bargain, William. Now you keep yours, or I release the recordings of our planning sessions." William realized he had created a monster that could ultimately destroy him as effectively as it had destroyed Charles. The truth revealed. By 2024, William's secret alliance with Meghan had achieved its goal of undermining Charles, but at the cost of William's integrity and the stability of the institution he was trying to save. The conspiracy revealed several devastating truths. William was willing to betray family loyalty for strategic advantage. The royal family's internal conflicts were being weaponized by external forces. Even the good royals were capable of ruthless manipulation when threatened. The monarchy's survival required increasingly desperate measures. Personal ambition could disguise itself as institutional protection. Most importantly, it proved that in the modern royal family, there were no true allies, only temporary strategic partnerships that could be abandoned when convenient. William's deal with Meghan wasn't just a betrayal of his father. It was a betrayal of the principles of honor and loyalty that the monarchy claimed to represent. Some secrets protect the innocent, others protect the guilty. William's secret with Meghan protected no one. It only proved that even future kings could sell their souls when the price was right. The man who promised to modernize the monarchy had instead proven that it was already more corrupt than anyone imagined.